Hello everybody and welcome to episode 15 of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crochet and sometimes cross stitch and sewing and quilting and pretty much every crafty thing I ever happen to get involved with. I'm Ashley, your host, coming at you from New Jersey, where I live with my husband, my two sons, and my little black cat, who may or may not make an appearance in this video. You can find me on Ravelry as Gatti, on Instagram as Gatti Yarn Co, on Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co, and there's also a group for this podcast on Ravelry. If you just search for the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, it will come up, and all show notes from every episode will be in the group. And yeah, I apologize if you hear my fan in my background. It's 97 degrees today and it is really, really hot, and we don't have my AC in my room. So, need the fan or I'm gonna die of a heat stroke. It's Monday, July 20th. It's been 2 weeks since I have podcasted last, and I have quite a bit of things to talk about. First things first, the only FO I have is actually a cross-stitch FO, so I'm going to show that first, and then we'll get a move on. My gosh, I'm sweating. Okay, so I finished my Hocus Pocus. This is Hocus Pocus Cat Spell from cloudsfactory.net, and it is done. Now all I have to do is send it to Keith's frame guy to get it framed, and it'll be ready to hang for Halloween. That's the only FO I have. I do have more cross stitch, but I'll show that after my knitting and crochet. I have a couple whips, which have more than a couple whips. So I guess we'll get into that. First things first, I have been working on my Harry Potter sweater. This is the back panel, I believe. Could be the front panel. I'm not sure. This is Mrs. Weasley's Christmas Sweaters by MARTASCHMARTA. It's in the Harry Potter knitting book that Tanis Gray released back in January. And as you can tell by my little, where is he? Slytherin licorice. That is where I was last time I showed this, and I have just been working away on the back here. I finally switched it to cables and my interchangeables now that the sweater for my friend's daughter is done. My nines were freed up, so I was able to do this, and I am loving it so much more than when I was working it on the straight needles. It was just getting too cramped. Everything was falling off. I'm knitting that out of some Deep Stash. The gray is Loops and Threads Impeccable True Gray, and I want to say the green is like Red Heart Emerald or something. I can't remember. So that got some love. Oh no, I have to sneeze. Hello, Squeaky. You came to visit? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? I'm gonna sneeze. Woo! Okay. Moving right along. The next whip I have to show you is living in this project bag from Toad Hollow. And let's see, this is my So Faded by Andrea Mowry. Let's see. Last time you saw it, I was up here. I had just started the fade into the second color, and now I have split for the sleeves, and I am fading into my fourth color. I am a little apprehensive about this fourth one because the way it's looking right now, I mean, I'm going to have to see once the fade is done and I'm into this color, but it's looking like I'm getting color blocking of like here's green and then here's purple, and I have a feeling I'm going to end up with pooling. I dropped the stitch, which is not something I want. So I'm going to see how it works up and go from there. Worst case scenario, I will just dye myself up a new skein with the same colors, just dyed a little differently, because it's looking like if this was knit on like a smaller circumference, like socks, that colorway, which is my hand-dyed yarn in the color Don't Make Me Angry, it looks like it would probably micro stripe. So I have a feeling that I'm going to need to re-dye it, using the same colors just in a different way. That way I can, like, I don't have to worry about pooling and stuff. But we shall see when the faded section is done how that's going to go. I may not have to. We'll see. But so far, so good. Moving right along right now. This very top color, which you see better right here in the back, is my hand-dyed yarn in the colorway Trench Coat. This green is my hand-dyed yarn in the colorway Kick It in the Ass. This purple right here is Dragon Horde yarn in the Stolen Song colorway. And then, as I said, I'm fading right now into my hand-dyed yarn in the colorway Don't Make Me Angry. So yeah, this is moving along quite nicely. I've been working on it pretty much every day, a little bit here and there, because I don't know, like normally like stockinette, and this is my first time knitting a a fingering weight sweater. So, and my yarn's all tangled here. I was afraid it was going to take me like forever, but working on it every day has been good for that, to make sure it doesn't feel like it's taking forever. And I'm noticing that because of all the color changes, I'm just like, I just want to keep knitting because I want to get to the next color change, you know? So it's actually making it go by pretty quickly, which is nice. So yeah, this has been getting a lot of my attention, as you can tell from my progress keeper. So that is that. Let's see, what is next? What is next? Let's see. The next whip I have is living in this Slytherin bag from Toad Hollow. And this is the Michigan Avenue wrap by Molly Klein Design. And last time you saw it, it was down there by the little Luke's cup. I did another section and a half. And this one's really great because it's mindless and it just kind of, it's easy. I don't have to think when I'm working on this, which is great. I am hoping that with blocking, it's going to widen up because right now it's going to be a pretty thin wrap. But I'm hoping that when I block it, oh gosh, did not mean to shake you guys. I'm hoping that when I block it, I can block it a little bit wider, so it'll be more, what's the word I'm looking for? It'll be bigger, so it'll encompass more of me. Guys, I'm at a loss for words today. Okay, I am knitting this out of Karen's Simply Soft in the, let's say, what is this doing in here? That is an old ball band. Okay. In the Pagoda, Off-White, and Limelight colorways. And yeah, I've really been alternating between this and the So Faded for the most part. Alright, the last whip I have here is the blanket I am working on for my mother-in-law. Let's see if I can just not drop stitches. That would be fantastic. So yeah, it's not really much farther than when we saw it last. I am on this next section, and we're just moving along here. Like I said, I'm starting off by doubling the initial pattern, which I will put on the bottom of the screen as always because it was a free pattern on Pinterest and I can't remember the name of it, but just trudging along here, trying to get this done in time for Christmas. Although now, because I have, like I said, I bought the exact same colors for a blanket for me, not the exact same colors. I bought yarn to knit the exact same blanket for me and Keith, and I bought it in like autumn colors. So I'm hoping to get this blanket done relatively soon, or maybe even like put it on hold for a little bit and start the one I've got with, start the one with the yarn I got for me and Keith, because I want to try to get that blanket done in time for autumn, so I can kind of throw it over the couch and we have a nice little autumn blanket. It's so nice to think about autumn coming because it's really hot right now and I hate summer. Simply because it's just too hot. If it wasn't so darn hot, I wouldn't mind it so much. And the bugs. I hate the bugs. The bugs are the worst. I really hate the bugs. Went off on a tangent there, but yeah. So I'm working on just doubling this pattern right now. I may triple it. We shall see. I may even put it on hold until after I finish the one for me and Keith, and then go back to it before Christmas, because it's not like it's going to take me a long time to finish. It's a simple stitch. It works up quick, which is great. So yeah, that is all I have for knitting and crochet. My next whip that I have to show you is another cross stitch. If my little kitty cat would get off my bag. Yes, please move. Okay, let's see, did you pull this? Okay, so it's in this bag that I got from Michael's. I really need to get some cross stitch project bags because I have one that's occupying another project. But I am still trudging along on this Captain America piece. As you can see, I have done way, way, way more of the light blue, and I'm just kind of moving my way through that. And yeah, this I have a feeling I'm trying to finish this next, and then I have another one that I'm working on that's I know is going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't really been working on much else. So if that's all you came here for, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos, and give this video a thumbs up. Maybe hit the notification bell. Moving right along into chatter. Over the past 2 weeks, let's see, my birthday was last Saturday, the 11th. And I was sick for my birthday, which was fun, so we didn't really do much. I went to urgent care. That was fun. So yeah, I did get some mostly money as birthday gifts, which was good because I stocked up on lots of stuff that is coming in soon. Lots of cross stitch patterns I want to get working on, some bath bombs, some needle minders, and the best gift of all, Keith bought me a Cricut, and I'm so excited. I'm waiting for my vinyl to come in. He bought me the Cricut and the Easy Press, so I can do heat transfer vinyl, I can do regular vinyl. I'm really excited. It's going to be a huge, huge help when I get the Etsy shop reopened for like all the things I'm going to be putting in there. So yeah, we kind of did like a birthday redo this past Saturday. We had a bonfire, had some friends over, which was fun. That's pretty much it. I mean, Keith's back to work, so I'm back to, you know, taking care of the house and doing all that. And then, there's nothing really else going on. I'm waiting for packages, which is always fun. I bought Animal Crossing yesterday, had some extra birthday money left over, and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what the hype's all about, and I love it. It is so fun. I'm not very far at all. Like, I named my island. I just unlocked the recipe for the axe. And that's pretty much it. I haven't really done anything else in it. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to, because chances are tonight I will probably play some more. Keith and I have just been kind of watching movies, and we've been watching a lot of MasterChef. A lot. And, like, we started from, like, season 1. We flip-flopped a little bit. We watched season 1, and then we watched season, like, 8, and then we went back and watched 2, and now we're on 3. We're obsessed with MasterChef. We watch, like, 2 or 3 episodes a night, which is, like, unheard of for us for, like, a TV show. Like, me, I'll binge like crazy. Like, I just started rewatching Pretty Little Liars from the beginning, and, like, I have that on in the background all day long. And then, like, but for Keith, he's more of, like, a 1 episode a day kind of guy. Like, he doesn't like to binge. He's not a fan of, like, 2 or more episodes in a day. So he, the fact that he's, like, we're binging MasterChef is, like, it's crazy. But yeah, I finally finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I finished yesterday? Day before yesterday? I finished it in the past couple days, and I started Chamber of Secrets. So my personal Harry Potter summer reading goal is to have it done by the end of summer, so hopefully by, like, September 1st, or even by, like, when Bruce goes back to school. So yeah, I'm just, trudging along through that, and it's been great. I've been giving myself, like, time every night to read, usually after dinner. And yeah, I've been getting up every morning and going for runs. I'm up at 6 a.m. and I go for a run, and then I come home, and it's been nice starting my day super duper early, because I'm noticing now I actually have more time to get things done. When I was, like, getting up at 8 o'clock when Paul was getting up, it was like it kind of, like, even though it's only, like, an extra 2 hours, and, like, 30 to 45 minutes of that is spent running and in the shower, it's still super nice to have that extra time, because I'm noticing now, like, I have time in the morning before Paul gets up to get some knitting done, and then I basically, like, knit through, like, the first half of the day, essentially, and then after lunch, if I do any crafting, like, if I'm not playing with Bruce or doing something with him, if I'm doing, like, any kind of crafting I've been just stitching in the afternoon. So I'm actually finding more time to get, like, my hobbies done, which is awesome. But yeah, I think that just about covers it. When Paul gets up from his nap, we're going to go for a little drive. Not quite sure where we're going to go. We may or may not go to a park. It is really hot today, so I'm not quite sure how badly I want to take the kids out in this. But we shall see. And yeah, I think that just about covers it. Hopefully next episode in 2 weeks, there will be even more crafty content. Maybe things will be done. Who knows? And hopefully all of my birthday gifts will have come in by next podcast, so I can show them off in acquisitions instead of just talking about them. But yeah, that I think is it. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Happy knitting. Bye.